All right. Um, Today I'm gonna be talking about my first experience getting high. What was actually recently. I got high like midsummer. I no, it was like my first time getting high was like it was like somewhat in like May. It was in May because me and my girl started dating like late May, and I remember the week before I got no yeah a couple yeah it was the week before I got high she got high, and it inspired me to get high. Like I wanted to get high after, cause she was telling me like it was so cool and shit. So I'm like, okay, I wanna experience. Damn, I got sticked. I wanna experience getting high, right? So my cousin, who I'm not gonna say her name of, but she knows who she is. My cousin, she like always like brown like the supplies and shit. You feel me? Like anytime I see her, she usually got shit on her. Like in a way, she's my dealer. You know. So I told her like for the first time, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get high and shit because like she been trying to she was telling me for like years prior, like you should try it, like it's fun. But like I'm one of the guys where like I don't really do like that type of drugs. Like I don't do drugs. Only drug I have is my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, I've been trying to get you to this nigga intercepted the fuck out of it, but this nigga was like, oh yeah, you should like try this and this and this. And it was my cousin Kamari's graduate. It was my cousin Kamari's little brother's graduation like party, cause he had graduated like the week of like me getting high, like I think like that Monday or some shit, and he graduated. So I told my cousin like, all right, bet like when that day comes, like next party I got you, like I'm trying to ooh. So we pull up or whatever. Boom. A couple of weeks before, Austin, if y'all like remember him from my old videos, Austin and my cousin Kamari got into like a really bad argument, and I low key took like Austin's side and like pissed Mari's off. So when I went to his house, him and all his friends were like posted up like in a driveway and like a way like they were finna jump me or some shit. So I was like kind of paranoid, and I walked by them and shit because like even though I'm paranoid, I ain't a bitch. So I walked by them niggas and I looked them niggas in their eyes, and then I walked to the backyard and I greeted everybody, my family and shit. And my cousin, she come get me from like the back, and she told me like it was my sister, her sister, and me, and I think she gave all of us one, but I think she gave them half. And she was like, "Yo, I'm gonna give you half." And I'm like, "No, like I can handle half. You feel me? I can handle the full thing." And she was like, "Yeah, it's like kind of hard." Then I'm like, "How many milligrams?" She said 30, right? So she like 30 milligrams. I'm like, "That shit light." I take that shit, I chew it. I'm like, "Hey, it's kind of good, but shit kind of nasty." And nigga, I walked right by like that nigga, that nigga Mari and him, bro. And we had to be there for like an hour or two in. Like we had to be like an hour or two, huh? We had to be like an hour or two into like being there, and I'm like, I'm chilling. No fucking way, I didn't get that. I'm chilling with my cousins and them because like at this time like everything done winded down. Like the parties like it became more chill. Like everybody in the front yard talking and shit, and like the way Mari and them house set up. Their garage, they have like a basketball rim in the garage, but like they got one of those garages that's like on a little hump, so like comes down. And me and my so like y'all probably gonna see like next year like spring or fall like us doing basketball videos. We were all playing, and I'm like shooting, and I'm like like I'm like this shit light, and this is before like I really developed the jump shot. So I made one shot and I got hyped, and we playing winners, and I grabbed the ball, and like I went for a shot and I missed. So I grabbed the ball and I went for the layup. When I went to go for the layup, I fell wrong on like my right ankle, and I twisted that bitch and I fell, and I started holding that shit like ah like that, like the Peter Griffin meme. And like I was like that shit hurts and shit, right? And the more I was rocking, the more it's like I stopped. It didn't hurt. So I'm thinking it's normal, and I'm like, okay, I'm finna stand up. And the moment I get up, that shit was like, boom. You feel me? Like it feel like getting like bitch slapped by Superman, nigga. Like that shit hit me. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like the moment I get hit by that shit, I'm like, I was like, huh? I started looking around and everything became like glitchy in a way, and it was like so scary. So like in my head, I'm like, oh shit, I'm high. Like it kicked in. You feel me? So like when I realized it kicked in, I got paranoid, and I had my headphones and my phone sitting like on my uncle's like porch in a way, and my little cousins, they were like on the fucking the porch and shit, right? Or like one of the little bricks next to his like porch, bro. And I put my phone right next to him, and I told him, I said, don't touch my shit when I'm playing basketball. And they were like, okay. So when I'm finna get up to leave, to like go like chill in the car or something, as hot, cause I want my family to be like, oh yeah, he's intoxicated on some weird shit. So nigga, I gotta go get my phone when I bend down, and I went to go, I extend for it, cause in my head it's still there. So I extended to grab it, and the moment I went to go grab it, it disappeared. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I remember like I went down, grabbed it, and then the moment I grabbed it, I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, you can't be doing this to me, nah. And then I thought I said it loud as fuck, cause I thought I heard an echo, nigga, and I got nervous because my Uncle Claude started staring at me, and he looked at me. Everybody was looking at me. I'm like, oh shit, like they finna find out. So I start panicking about my phone, and like, nigga, I'm sitting around like panicking, freaking the fuck out. And my cousins and them come back because I told them like, bro, I'm tripping, bro. Like, I need my phone. I was sounding exactly like that too. I mean, nigga, I need my phone, bro. Like, y'all niggas don't understand how bad I needed my phone. Because, like, I didn't know what to do high. Because, like, I have this friend, her name Ashley, bro. And, like, she's always zooted and shit, right? So, I mean, I'm going to call Ash because she know what to do. So, my cousin bring me my phone because my little cousin had it, and my mom saw her with it in the backyard and took it from her. And my cousin, I'm getting it from my mom. And when I got my phone back, my phone was on like 4%. So it wasn't even enough for me to call Ash and get a conversation. So I call Ashley, and my phone's dying. And the nigga answers, and I'm like, Ash, bro, help me, bro. I'm like, I'm in that back of the backyard in a pitch black corner, no lights, nigga, nobody can see me. And I'm like, Ash, bro, help me. And then she started laughing. She's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm high, bro. And this nigga starts giggling. And then she starts laughing. She's like, she breaks out into laughter and starts laughing. And then I think she was like, oh, how you feeling? And shit like that. I'm like, bitch, I'm tripping. Like, help me. And the only thing she did is laugh. The only thing she was doing was laughing, nigga. So I'm like, fuck you. You're not helping. So I hung up on her. And I got into my car. And when I got into my car, I called my friend Zoe. Because I'm like, oh, so she gets hot too, so she know what to do. And I call her. To mind you, like, I used to have a big-ass crush on this woman. And I still have her at it. And I start talking to her. And when I start talking to her, we end up having a deep-ass conversation just about life and shit. And that car was so fucking hot. Because, like, to mind you, it was, like, spring going into summer. And the car was so fucking hot, bro, that I feel like I was going to die in that bitch. So I went to go get out the car because like my phone had died. I'm skipping over shit. My phone died, so I'm like, all right, I'm just finna go, go see what my cousins and them doing, nigga. And nigga, I go to step out the car, and my dumbass didn't think. And the moment I opened the car door, the alarm started going off. So mind you, we're in a white neighborhood. We're in like a gated community, and we're a loud group of hood black people, right? So everybody like, yo, turn the car alarm off. We got neighbors and shit. And I'm freaking the fuck out. So I get scared and go back into the car. Like, I get back into the car, hot and high and dehydrated and hungry. And my cousins and them come out to the car and they start kicking it with me. And I actually have a video of me being high. I'm probably going to put it in the video. And I'm tripping balls, bro. And my cousins and them, like, they start talking to me and, like, acting goofy. And I was like, it was funny as fuck, but like I was tripping. And then I remember like sitting in the passenger seat, and like the street light was like staring at me. Like it felt like the street light was taking my soul away. It felt like the street light was like abducting my soul on my body. So I got freaked the fuck out from the street light. And then I freaked the fuck out and I tried to like leave the car and shit. And then my cousin Diego was like, "No, bro, like, no, chill, you tweaking." And then like I got really sad after that because I thought my girlfriend was cheating on me, so I was sad and I was venting. I was like, "Yo, I want to listen to some music." So I told my cousin, I said, "Put on Juice World, right? Let me know." And she played that shit, and everybody in the car just got quiet, and then we were all just in that bitch like vibing on some shit, right? And nigga, it was like one of the best. It was like it was a good first experience for being high, but like just for my personality and like how energetic I am, like I probably should have been up in a room and shit like chill. And I told my cousin like my phone died, and I was like, "Yo, can I use your charger?" She was like, "No, it's in the house. You got to go get it." So we all take one big ass trip into the house, and I didn't have my shoes on, and I was walking across the street, and I stepped on a rock, and I thought I was like I stepped on glass or some shit. So the entire time I'm thinking like, oh God, like I'm stepping on glass. Like every step I thought it was glass. So I'm walking like on the side of my feet, and I'm walking around asking my family members, and I'm like, "Yo, bro, is there glass in my foot? Can anybody check?" And shit like that, bro. Cause I'm scared. Like I'm like, no, no, you feel me? And I'm scared. And they all like, "No, you good, bro? Like you chill out." So I go into this nigga's house because I'm hungry as fuck, bro. And they mom had baked some brownies, nigga. Oh my God, them brownies were so fucking good, nigga. Like I got the brownie, right? And I took a bite of that bitch. I was like, huh? And I bit that bitch. I was like, what? I'm like, a brownie shouldn't be tasting like this, you know? I haven't had brownies in years, but like this shit's delicious, nigga. So I'm like, okay, I'm finna just bang this brownie. Like nothing else matters but this brownie. So I'm eating a brownie in the living room, and this nigga Kamari, this big swole ass nigga, like nigga's muscle, dread, beard, like nigga looks intimidating. If you don't know him, the nigga's intimidating. And nigga, this nigga walks up to me, cause I already know this nigga like he pissed off at me, bro. And this nigga's like, yo, this nigga he tried to intimidate me, and the nigga like walked up to me, and nigga I was at the stage where I'm like, nigga, if this nigga beat my ass right here, I don't give a fuck. So I'm up here stuffing my face with a brownie, and he up here trying to like talk. I think he was trying to talk shit, and then I was like, yeah, shit like that. And then he sat next to me and said something, and I said I don't know, and I got up and walked out. And when I was walking out, I grabbed like 3 more brownies off the tray, nigga. And I stuffed my pockets full of them bitches. And I walked back out the house looking like a white girl coming out of a frat party, nigga. Like, I remember I had picked my hair all up and everything, nigga. I was feeling good, rocking an afro, nigga. And then I went in the front yard with like a brownie in my hand. And I laid down and just looked into the sky. So it matted all my hair back down, and I was looking goofy as fuck. So, nigga, I was like, man, this ground is uncomfortable. So I stand back up, start walking. Mind you, I'm by myself, probably somewhere I shouldn't be. And I walk down the street, and the way they street is, it's like Grove Street. Like you go down and you can like turn, like it's like a Grove Street type street, and that down towards the bottom of the fucking thing, nigga, it's pitch black. So in my head, I'm like a demon or something gonna just sprint at my ass. So I got scared and I ran like back towards the front of the house. And I'm like, why am I like going towards the house and they all gonna find out? I'm at this point I'm just panicking, nigga. So I get up and I start walking towards the car. And when I start walking towards the car, I start eating another brownie, nigga. And when I started eating it, I took a bite and I didn't chew it. I just bit it and swallowed, and it got stuck in my throat. So I'm up there looking like, Squidward when he swallowed the fork, nigga. And I was like, like on the street, nigga. And I started pinching my esophagus, like I was just pinching my throat, trying to break the brownie down. And then like the brownie ended up going away. So I'm like, oh, it's fine. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong. So my stupid ass get into the car and continue to eat the brownie, knowing that I'm not chewing properly. I eat the brownie and it gets stuck in my throat again. So at this point, I didn't gave up on eating a brownie, and I didn't stuff the back of my pocket, and now I'm in my mom's hot-ass car in like 80 degrees weather, high as fuck, sweating, no one to talk to, and no water in the car, nigga. No water in the car. So I'm sitting there, zooted, nigga. And I tried to call my girl, but she was at her friend's, and they were high too. And my phone was dead. So my cousin takes my phone and put it in the house, and like she brings it back out. My phone has like 5%, and nigga, I get my phone back, and I go to call my girl, nigga, and she doesn't even answer. So now I'm back in like panic, insecure mode, where I'm like, oh, bro, she cheating on me, bro. Like she getting digged down right now. Like I'm tripping, nigga. Like nigga, fuck this shit. I'm about to break up with her, nigga. So I text her like, bro, help me. Like I'm high. Like you cheating on me and shit. And like I'm losing my mind. And nigga, I'm gone, nigga. Like when I say I'm gone, bro, like I'm gone. Like ain't no coming back from where I'm at type gone, nigga. I'm seeing stars, it feels like. And she didn't respond in like 5 minutes. So I called my friend Zoe back. My friend Zoe was like, bro, why'd you hang up on me earlier? And I'm like, I didn't. And she said I hung up on her earlier. And it was just a whole bunch of chaos after that. And it was like the longest experience of being high my entire life. And that was like some of the worst shit. Like I don't wish like getting high, like, you know, actually getting high is kind of fun. But like when you get high, make sure you get high with like the right people. Because like it was nothing wrong with my cousins and them. It was just the fact that like they all knew, like even my little cousins. So they were all like messing with me. It was like annoying me and shit. And then on top of that, the mood swings and shit. Like I was feeling like a bitch on her period or some shit. And nigga, it didn't help that my girlfriend wasn't answering. You know, I'm already like a kind of insecure nigga, and her not answering kind of made me feel like shit. And nigga, we end up going home, and then the next day, she responds to my text. You know, she had come to find out she responded to my text like 30 minutes after I sent that shit, right? And I ended up reading it in the morning, and I'm still kind of hung over, nigga. And she like, oh well, call me back. And it was like 8 missed calls from Day, and then I'm like, oh shit, nigga. Like she was blowing my shit up, talking about answer, shit like that. I ended up calling her back in the morning, and I told her like, bro, I was out, bro. Like I was like, you a L, bro. Like whenever you were high, whenever you needed me, I was there. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like we were having fun and shit, nigga. This one thing that still don't sue me. She said they were having fun, right? And it was 4 of them. It was her friend and her boyfriend and some other guy they've been trying to hook her up with while she was intoxicated. And they both intoxicated. So I didn't trust it. You feel me? And nigga, she was like, well, nothing really happened and shit. Nigga, I'm still buzzed from the night before, nigga. And I'm thinking, I'm like, bro, like, you know, like, I'm about to, man. Nigga, we end up hanging up, nigga, and I ended up going outside playing basketball while I was still buzzed. And I played the best basketball of my life, nigga. That was a beautiful night. Like, if you ever, like, you know, want to get high, like, hit me up. I'm your boy, you know. Tazville IG, like, if you ever want to get high, bruh, I'm there with you. You feel me? I'll get high with you, nigga. We can FaceTime, and I'll tell you sexy while you getting high, nigga. Even if you don't swing that way, you a sexy ass nigga. Even if you a female, you ain't sexy. Cause like I can't say that shit. But like, you feel me? He caught that shit. Oh my god. But moral of the story. Actually, no, I'm not gonna end it there. I'm gonna tell my second experience. You know, it's gonna be like a double. There's gonna be two stories in one. Okay. So same year, I remember the 4th of July, right? My cousin approaches me. We're on the 4th, right? She's like, "Yo, I got some old Eddies," and I'm like, "All right, bet." And everybody in the circle, it's like my cousins and me, and she was like, fucking, I got him. She was giving him something. I was like, "Yo, let me get some," and she was like, "No, like you did too much last time. Like you were tweaking," and I'm like, "Nigga, it's my first time. Of course I was." And then she was like, "Nah, bro." I'm like, "Bro, just give me one, bro." I'm like, "I'm not gonna be tweaking." So, nigga, she gave me one. I don't know what it is, but I feel like this one kicked in way faster than the last one. Like, oh shit, oh shit, excuse me. Oh my god, I don't know how I could tackle that nigga, but nigga, we were like chilling and shit, nigga, and we were all outside, and we were playing on the basketball rim and shit. And nigga, I remember my cousin was in the car, and I walked up to the car, and when I walked up to the car, nigga, that shit hit me. So I got in the car, and we all start chilling in that bit. Nigga, we listened to songs and shit. And nigga, one of my cousins' mom walked up to the car and started yelling at us like, "Yo, turn my car off or y'all kill that shit." So we turned it off, nigga. And we all got outside the car in the middle of the street. And my cousin's like fucking dad brung us sparklers, nigga. And nigga, when the nigga brung us sparklers, we were like chilling and shit. And being high with sparklers is so fucking fun, bro. Like I was writing in the air, and every time I wrote, it felt like it was standing there, like on some LED shit. It like I wrote a word or like a sentence, and it was still there. It felt like the entire time I was writing in the air with the sparkler, it was actually like happening. Like it was actually there. Like I remember I turned around once and it was like a whole bunch of words around me. It was like some shit like out of a movie, nigga. And nigga, the music came back on. Then my cousin had got back in the car and turned it on, nigga. And nigga, we all started getting lit. And when I mean lit, like nigga, we all start dancing and shit. And that nigga mom came down and like took her keys and turned the car off. Nigga, we still got sparklers and shit, and we buzzed, nigga. And my cousin, she started like dancing and shit, nigga. And when she started dancing, we all started dancing, nigga. Now we like crackheads in the middle of the street. It's just a group of kids laughing and giggling, and we just like dancing. So like I was like, oh, she in the Matrix, you feel me? Like she was just vibing in that bitch. And then we all started singing as a group, and we were just all taking turns in a circle, like, oh, she in the Matrix, she in the Matrix, you feel me? Like, oh, he in the Matrix. Like that shit was so fucking lit, bruh. Like that, bro. Oh my god, like y'all don't understand, bro. That shit was so fucking fun, nigga. Everybody was vibing, and then like the adults, they were on the yard, and they were just looking at us, staring at us. And then one of them yelled something, and I think they were like, "Y'all niggas high or something?" And then we all looked, and we all ran, like we were in the circle, and then we all looked up, and we just splattered everywhere, and they started laughing. I thought them niggas had to catch on, but it don't matter because after that shit, bro, I went upstairs, like into my room, because like the fucking fourth party was at my house, and I went upstairs into my room. And I think this was the day that I ended up playing like Warzone. Like I was playing Warzone and I was buzzed as fuck. And I was playing with my boy Ash, bro, and her friend. And I think this was the night, bro. And we were all like playing and shit, and it was so fucking fun. I played some of the best Warzone in my life, nigga. I'm pretty sure I kept dying, but like it was so fucking funny because we were getting randoms and shit, and they were talking, and I was just trolling the fuck out of them the entire time. Like, this nigga said something, And then I said some shit to him that everybody started laughing. It was, I don't know, bro. Only thing I'm saying is, nigga, I recommend getting high. I recommend getting high, but like, don't take it at a young age. Like, don't be like me. Like, the video probably sounds cool to get high, cause like it is kind of cool. But like at the same time, don't do it if you like too young. You feel me? But like I can't say shit now, cause I'm young taking that shit. So I sound kind of hypocritical. Like, if it is like really bad for you. Like I've been high twice, and next time I plan on being high is like whenever I'm like 20. You know, and I'm finna be 17 next year. So like I plan on getting high like 20 on some shit. But yeah, man, like it was just a fun experience. In conclusion of the video, thanks for the views, and I love you all. You know, I can't stress it enough how much I love you guys. And we can do a lot of shit as a black community, you know. And I would ask for y'all boys to go like support the socials, you know, the Tazville, the Tazville, the Tazville. You feel me? Like support that shit, you know. Like I'm trying to do shit like with y'all as a community, you know. I'm trying to do shit as a group, as a community, you know. Like I know like everybody be seeing like you know Cosnets like community and your ages and Bruce drop 'em off, nigga. Like love wigs and shit community, and like that should be oh shit. You know, like shit like that. Like that type of shit I'm trying to do with like with my own community. You feel me? And I would love it if y'all like supported the videos and like shared them out to y'all friends and shit. It'll help out a lot, you know. But anyways, enough stalling with y'all boys. Bye.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't